Hi, good morning. I'm Coach Nikki. I'm here in Lake Tahoe, and today we are talking about our 7 day detox. So, for me, this is quite honestly, right now, is one of the most important times for me to detox. And it's not necessarily like detoxing like sugar or junk. But of course, I could use that. But it's also just stress and things are a little bit tough right now, and probably for a lot of us. And when things get heavy, or when things get tough, or if you get sick, or if you're just feeling like, it's a good sign that you need a detox. And I'm excited to be able to help you walk through some simple steps that you can take to simplify the detox and make it something that feels really good for you. So, if you have a second and if it is safe and available to you, grab a piece of paper and a pen. If you are just logging on, if you can just type in where you're calling in from so we can all get to know each other. If you're watching on replay, type in from replay and please ask questions. So Deb's here with us so she can unmute and she can ask questions, or if I can always unmute you, or if you just ask a question, I can simply answer it. Not that I know all the answers, but it is really good that we all connect in this community and we really take what we're learning and implement it as quick as possible, because that's when it makes big changes in our bodies. So, um, good morning, Naomi. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about 7 tips to detox. So the first thing is, do I need to detox? Do you need to detox? My answer is I need to detox. So things are heavy for me, like I said earlier, having multiple businesses and lots of employees. And with the current state of everything, things are stressful for me, quite honestly. And when things get stressful for me, sometimes my sleep is not all the way marvelous. And sometimes I don't get outside, not even once, which I know is not good for me. So I'm speaking to you in a way that I'm also speaking to a kindness to me. And I'm going to do this detox with you guys. I'm going to hopefully lighten up, and I want to help you lighten up. So if you're feeling like stressed, if you're feeling that you can't, maybe you're not sleeping as well, that you're feeling bloated, that you're gaining weight, especially around like your visceral area, if you're feeling like your allergies are kicking in, or you have like, immune system issues, these are all signs that we need a detox. Sometimes it's our skin starts reacting. So usually we know the signs that our body needs a break and that we need to clean it up. And that's usually the hardest time, is when times get tough. For some reason, like human beings, when times get tough, we tend just to like rah, go straight down the barrel instead of going like, okay, times are really tough. I know I better eat healthy. I know I better make it to my workouts. I know I better connect to good people, read great books, turn off the news. We usually do quite the opposite. And we say, I feel like comfort food and I want to binge on Netflix, and maybe I'm drinking a little bit more. Maybe I'm drinking more coffee. So we tend to do things that are making our situation worse. Where if we can just turn the page when we're feeling crummy and think about, these are like my back pocket ideas that I'm going to implement for this, and I'm going to talk about a 7 day detox, but you can implement these anytime. But what I want us together to do is like create a very simple plan that we wake up in the morning. So our bookends, that's number one, is thinking about the bookends of your day. And then we're just going to create a very simple way to get rid of the junk, add the good stuff. So maybe write down a few reasons that you feel like you need to detox. Me, it's just stress. It's too much. It's a lot, of work. So I know that that is my reason. So maybe, hi Pam, good to see you, hon. So today we're talking about a 7 day detox. So if you guys are just jumping on, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write down 1 or 2 reasons that you need to, or feel like your body needs to detox, needs to let go of stuff. Then two is, okay, this is why I need to detox, but what is a detox and what's happening to our body? So in the winter, it's a really good time to get quiet. And what I suggest is looking at your calendar and taking one day to unplug. And I know that's asking a lot. When I wrote it down, I kind of like internally giggled and I'm like, could I really completely unplug for one day? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to try it. And I hope you guys try it with me. So I'm going to pick one day and I'm going to turn off my phones and like the electronics and just connect to a good book, connect to outside energy, connect to the people in my life. And so when we're thinking about detoxing through the winter, it's the time to like take the weeds out and plant something that you really want to see bloom and blossom in the spring and in the summer. So when we're letting go of body, like, whether it's habits of food or habits of stress or habits of this or that, when we're letting go of those habits, we're not going to, or hopefully we're not going to add them right back. We're going to continue that once we detox, and then we'll see the energy that it brings in our life in later in the few months. Okay, so why? What's happening with you? Why do you need a detox? Two, it's a really good time to detox because winter is a time to get a little bit more quiet, more introspective, to see what we need. And then from there, we're just going to talk about our 7 tips. So, like I said, the first tip is think about the bookends of your day. So, you hear me talk about this a lot, but if you can really focus on the beginning of your day and the end of your day, then everything else will fill in just a little bit better. So for the 7-day detox, I want you to start with a tonic. Now, what goes in your tonic is up to you because the things that I'm going to mention might be too strong for you. But start your day with a tonic. So in my little thermos the night before, I chop up ginger and I put boiling hot water in my thermos with a sprinkle of cayenne and if you don't like to do, like, if you don't have like ginger or your ginger goes bad all the time, have a back pocket of organic ginger powder because it's really good and there's actually different medicinal values in it. So it's good to flip flop your ginger. So either raw ginger in your boiling water or powdered organic ginger in your water, cayenne, cinnamon. I buy everything in bulk, so I don't really have the packaging, but cinnamon. So 1 teaspoon in here of cinnamon, cayenne, ginger, and then lemon. So, but I don't put my lemon in at night. So I put those things in and let it sit overnight. Then when I wake up in the morning, it's still hot, like it's warm. It doesn't have to be like super hot. I pour it into my cup, which I already lost today. So I pour it into just my little 8-ounce mason jar in the morning, cut a lemon in half, put my lemon in, and then apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. So we're going to do this for 7 days. Okay. This is our morning tonic. So why? What's all the medicinal values? I'm going to go through this quick because I've got so many things to tell you guys and I try not to talk too fast. But apple cider vinegar is incredible for weight loss. It helps stabilize your fresh ginger. Yes. Oh yeah, perfect. Mint, ginger. Awesome, Naomi. Thank you for sharing that. So apple cider vinegar is incredible for your like blood glucose levels. It helps with metabolizing fat. So if you are doing like the Aura supplements with Kaya, if you take apple cider vinegar in the morning, but also before your meals, it helps you metabolize fat so you don't store fat. So apple cider vinegar is really good, and we're going to do it for the 7 days. Okay. Then cinnamon is also really good for appetite suppressant, for your blood glucose levels. It's really good for lowering your cholesterol, for your blood pressure. So throughout your day, you can sprinkle cinnamon on anything, but your morning tonic is awesome. Ginger is really good for digestion. So it's a detox. It freshens up our body. It eliminates the bad things and then helps alkalize our stomach. So we're starting our day off with a really good, like alkaline, um, oh, good, Pamela. I'm so glad that you already do fresh lemon and apple cider vinegar. That's perfect. So keep on keeping on. You might want to add some fun things in it. So maybe you don't do cayenne yet. So sprinkling in cayenne is it just like fires up our system. So again, it's really good for detox. It helps us with weight loss. It livens up our system. So this morning tonic that you can just put in a little 8 ounces, it doesn't have to be super strong. Start low. So if this is super strong, just drink it and sip it throughout the day. Put a little bit in and put some warm water in because I want you to enjoy it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take that beautiful and lovely tonic in the morning and then we're just going to sit down and drink it. That's our meditation. So taking a second, enjoy it, sit down in a quiet space, whether that's like prayer, whether it's meditation, whether it's breathing, detoxing, like that kind of nighttime. Because in the nighttime, we wake up and we have like that little like morning fog. So it just gives us a second to take a breath. And hopefully it's 5 minutes where you can sit somewhere beautiful, look out the window. I mean, I do it when I'm traveling in like a motel room when I'm not looking out anywhere because when my eyes are closed, I can just calm my brain, calm my body, and get ready for a great day. So our bookends are our morning tonic and our morning meditation. So then when you're thinking about where I go from there, your 7 day detox is just thinking about adding, and you guys hear you, I feel like a broken record sometimes because you just as much veggies as you can. So when we're detoxing things, thinking about moving from like our morning bookend, I'm just setting my intention to enjoy my day. Our mind naturally connects to the negative, normal. But if we can consciously connect to the positive, our tonic, our breath, the good things in our life, and then throughout our day, stay focused on that as much as possible, then we'll just have a better day. But for our 7 day detox is thinking about for 7 days we can do this. We can quit the alcohol. Now, if you drink alcohol every day, I don't want you to quit just cold turkey. I want you to go slow and, maybe have like 1 or 2 ounces and then do like instead like kombucha or something like that. But we're going to crowd out the alcohol with these tonics. So you can do like fermented you can actually do these like yummy apple cider vinegars throughout the day. 3 tablespoons a day is like total of 20 calories. It's a really low, fun way to like have like a special drink. You can make green drinks, anything like that. Whoa, my desk just went a little bit higher. Okay, so then throughout the day, our only focus is on eating veggies, eating fruits, and then kicking out the things that are not making us feel good. And then for the book end of our day is doing the same as we did in the morning. Taking a chill, like turn everything off. We call it digital sunset, is turning off all of our electronics, making a really good like herbal tea. And for me, like I know a lot of you guys take mushrooms, but we started selling mushrooms at Kaya, and they're medicinal mushrooms. So they're really like um, they have like a just like a good like oaky flavor. It doesn't taste like mushrooms at all. But I put it. Look how cute this is. I put it in this little mushroom guy. And at the end of the day, I do put them in my coffee in the morning. I put a scoop in my smoothies. And at the end of the day, I do like a dandelion tea. And I put it in my evening mug with a little bit of cinnamon and I sip on that. Oh, good, Diane. I love my mushrooms too. I'm glad that you love them. I do keep my apple cider vinegar in the refrigerator, Karen, but not sure if I do that just out of habit or if it's necessary. So once I open it, I put my apple cider vinegar in my refrigerator, and I use it for my morning tonics, my salad dressings, and just fun little drinks. Okay. Diane's is on the counter, so I think it looks like both ways are fine. So in the evening, I do the same thing that my morning tonic, but at my evening, I do a scoop of mushrooms, dandelion tea, but it could be anything like mint tea, it could be, whatever, a little bit of cinnamon, turn off the electronics, and take a big breath. So I kind of just make sure that, like, I haven't been great at this lately. I've been actually working really late hours, and it spins my head out. So I try to shut my computer and read an okay book. So not an awesome book because then you don't fall asleep. So I read, like, I think I'm reading like less is more right now, and it makes me fall asleep right away. And so I like open it up and I like read a couple, and then I end up falling asleep and getting the hours that I want because, excuse me, because if I am watching Netflix or reading a great book, sometimes I stay up too late. Okay, so morning talk. Sorry, my throat feels a little scratchy. Um, so morning tonic supplements. When you're thinking about your beans and your cruciferous vegetables, like I was talking about, like throughout the day, just focus on your fiber. Get enough beans, cruciferous vegetables in, make sure that you get your fiber. And then I wanted to go over some herbs because I feel like sometimes I talk about the same things often, and I want to give you some different things to add in for these 7 days. So one thing that I add in every day is they're black seeds. So they're cumin, and I put them in like a pepper shaker. Really, really good to lower your cholesterol. For their anti-inflammatory. They also have a lot of medicinal that people have been using in different cultures for thousands and thousands of years. But I just sprinkle this on almost all of my food. But for detox week, maybe try it. So it's just black cumin, and you can Google all of the benefits. But I put it in a pepper shaker, and I grind it on my soups, my salads. It doesn't taste awesome, but you really can't taste it. It's like, how sometimes, like, if you just put a little pepper, you really can't taste it. It's like that. You don't need too much. But if you put it on everything, it's really, really good for you. So garlic powder. So this week, if you want to, some extra spices that will increase that detox in your body. Black cumin, garlic powder, ginger. So not just in your morning tonic, but kind of throughout the day. Cayenne, nutritional yeast is something that I use in place of cheese or dairy because I don't eat cheese or dairy. Nutritional yeast is really high in vitamin D. I do think everybody should still take a vitamin D supplement because we just don't get enough vitamin D in our food. But, really thinking about adding nutritional yeast, just Google, like, sometimes even if you're not like plant-based, but you can just do vegan recipes with nutritional yeast, and you can get delicious, like nacho cheese and all kinds of fun stuff, but it's really, really good for you. And then cumin. So as much as possible, use these. And I already talked about like cinnamon and cayenne, but use these for the next 7 days and get in the habit of putting them on your food. Again, if you signed up for this class in our KaiFit app, you'll get the show notes, but you can just DM me if you want the show notes, and it will go over. These are just some fun things to spice up your 7 day detox. So exercise every day. It does not. I did Kaya all 5 days this week. Pam, did you as well? Yeah, my body is so sore because usually I kind of vary from, like, I'll do, like, usually I kind of do 5 days of Kaya, but it's like most of the time I'll be like coaching and then doing it. I just did Kaya all 5 days. I was like, I was so sore last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need turmeric. Like, I'm dying. Oh yeah, Diane's right arm won't straighten. So We can do 5, 6 days of Kaya, but we got to take it easy, you guys. I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm going to turn off my video on live stream so then I could just go a little bit easier. But we can show up for all the classes, but just go easy. So we can exercise, we can move, but really remembering that, we can one, take a day off and go for a walk. Two, we can show up because I love showing up for you guys and my friends. I have so much fun with that. And when my life gets stressful, I need you guys, so I show up more often. But I just need to take it a little bit easier. So last night I did, because I did 2 classes, I just did like nice, like 2 pound weights, and took it really easy and kind of just moved my body to breathe. So exercise, but really through these next 7 days is get outside. So again, speaking to myself, that put on your nice warm coat and put on your beanie and go for a walk. So Kai and I last night after, because we had the Vacaville ribbon cutting, that I just joined virtually, and we just went for a beautiful walk under the stars. And he didn't really want to go at first, but I made him and I made myself, and it was beautiful. So write down when you'll get outside for the next 7 days and take a second, look at the sun, and you can just be that weirdo, open your arms and like take a big breath and see all the vitamin D that you can get into your body, because our sun, the days at the time of sunshine is less. So really making sure that we're getting out into that sunshine and looking at the sun, absorbing the sun as much as possible. How are we doing? I've got a couple more minutes. Okay, so exercise more, and then fast after 7 p.m. for this next 7 days. So intermittent fasting, you guys have heard me talk about this often, but it's always worth repeating, is stop eating 3 hours before you go to bed. So just put on your calendar, 7 p.m. is when all calories stop. And so then, but if you're going to bed at 9, make it 6 p.m., just 3 hours before you go to bed. Because then your body will digest all your food and digest all your food for those 3 hours. Yay, yes. Adding a minute of sunlight every day. Yes, Vicki. Let's do 5 minutes. Yes. Yeah, Diane, my strength training class, so I'm answering questions for everybody who's just seeing why I'm taking breaks in between my words. So I am teaching strength training at 9 o'clock. Don't be afraid. Just show up, and you could just go easy. You could just put your screen where I barely can't see you, and you could do Savasana laying down on your mat, and then just do like little things. So don't be afraid. Just show up because I still want to see you. Okay, so when we're thinking about intermittent fasting, is our body needs 12 to 14 hours, sometimes 16 or 18 hours just naturally, but our body needs a break from food. And if we're eating all the way up until we go to sleep, then we're digesting as we're sleeping. Our sleep is interrupted and we wake up and we don't feel refreshed. We feel foggy. We don't know why, because we were in bed for 7 or 8 hours and we're just like, eh. So intermittent fasting is something that we're going to want to do for the next 7 days, and then sleep 7 to 8 hours. So get to bed earlier, even if it's 5 minutes earlier, it makes a huge difference. The REM sleep that you get before midnight is the biggest bang for your buck. So the earlier that you can creep yourself into bed and sleeping, the better you're going to actually have that sleep be that REM sleep that restores, that your brain needs it so much, your body needs it so much. Everything is repairing as we go to sleep. So okay, so that's it. That's my 7 tips. I'm going to go over them again with you quickly, because I know sometimes I bounce around. Thank you for being patient and loving with me. So number 1 is, or even before number 1 is, why do you want to detox? What's going on in your body? figure it out, write it down, bring awareness to what we need to correct or what we need to help. Then from there, knowing that winter is a really good time to detox because we can slow down a little bit. So my challenge to myself, my challenge to you is take one day and turn everything off. Now, if you can't pull that off, let's just do digital sunset and let's go crazy and turn everything off at like 4 p.m. and just peace out, like turn everything off. So let's do a digital sunset together. On Instagram, Coach Nikki Warren, just tag me in whatever you're going to do for your digital detox, because it motivates me, or on Facebook, wherever. But or you can you guys all know how to get a hold of me. You can text me, whatever. But let me know what you guys are going to do for your digital detox. Okay, number one is your bookends of your day. So create your tonic either the night before or in the morning. Sit with it, and that's your beautiful meditation in the morning. Take a big breath, breathe, release that nighttime funk, and set your intentions to have a great day. From there is think about some of the supplements that would be really good for you. For me, I take Aura, but doing any kind of like probiotics, thinking about adding your greens into, where are we? There we go. Adding your greens into your meals, drinking your mushrooms or eating your mushrooms every day. So look around. If you need help with supplements, just reach out to us. But thinking about what the supplements that you have is, I know I love my supplements too. It's like my little best friend. But think about what supplements that you have and how they're going to help you in your detox efforts. From there, eat beans, cruciferous vegetables like crazy this week. 7 days. Pre bake your beans in like a slow cooker or organic in the cans with no BPA, whatever it is. Eat beans, eat cruciferous vegetables. The herbs and spices that we're going to focus on is ginger, cayenne, cinnamon, black cumin, um, garlic powder. I think I already said ginger, nutritional yeast. So those are that we're going to focus on putting a lot of herbs and spices into our foods. Yes, your menus will have more beans and veggies in them. Thanks, Naomi. And then you can also, don't ever be shy to just add, when you get your meal plan from us, just add in lots of veggies, because unlimited veggies. So if you look at your meal plan and you're like, I have whatever, I have Brussels sprouts or asparagus, or I have things that are not on my menu, just steam them up and put them in there. All the veggies that you can eat is great. And then exercise every day, but don't crush yourself like we've been doing this week. So exercise every day, but be mindful of what needs to be strengthened and what needs to just little stresses, but get outside. So Vicki, we are together getting outside 5 minutes every day, looking at the sun, just taking a break, whether you take your dog for a walk or you take yourself for a walk or you just stand in your backyard and get some sunshine. Just get some sunshine, move more often. I love drinking green tea all day because it makes me stand up and go get green tea. But let's add a little bit more movement than that, shall we? And then intermittent fasting. So done by 7 p.m., making sure that we are finished 3 hours before we go to bed, and then sleep, my friends. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Happy 7-day detox. I'm here for you if you have any questions. We're in this together. We're detox divas. We're doing this. So grab your friend, grab your morning tonic, and let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions. Oh, days are getting longer. Oh, so the days are getting 5 minutes longer now, or 1 minute longer, 1 minute longer every day, or how does that work? Do days get longer? Like every day gets 1 minute longer. Ah, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I'm so ready. I love winter. I love seasons, but you guys, quite honestly, I am ready for a little springtime, but I'm hanging tight. I love winter too. I'm just going to get out more. I'm going to get my snowshoes on. Um, Oh, strategies for sushi tonight. Sushi is wonderful. First thing, get your miso soup. So miso soup is really good. So somebody asked me, just so you guys know, I'm going to sushi tonight. What are some strategies? So when sushi there's a lot of awesome options. Just avoid the fried food. If they happen to make sushi with brown rice, ask for brown rice. Have your miso soup right when you get there. And then they usually have beautiful salads. So um, I usually get miso soup and salad right when I get there. They have lots of delicious herbal teas, so maybe ask like what kind of jasmine tea they have. So order teas, so order all that ahead of time. And then when you just order sushi, just be mindful that you don't want the like cream cheese, you don't want the fried. So keep it like the veggie heavy. The seaweed is so good for you, you guys. So even if you're not going to sushi, getting the seaweed rolls and making like burritos and making veggie wraps, because a lot of us don't have the iodine that we need. And iodine is really good for our thyroid health. So adding seaweed to lots of like kelp, sprinkle kelp on your food is helpful too. So thank you for that question, Diane. I love that because it kind of gives us something else to focus on this week too, which is iodine, sea vegetables, that kind of good stuff. Okay,